Okay, so it has been a hot minute since we have done one of these. I think the last time we did this was probably like 5 months ago, I guess. I mean, just thought I'd do one of these just for just for Pete's sake. I mean, just thought I'd hop on and say hello and also to thank you guys for really enjoying the return of the old models. That surprisingly became so I can't even describe it because I literally all I did was just put it all together and thought of an idea. And well, you guys really, really liked it. So thank you guys very much for that. I am greatly appreciative of that. I also want to say thanks for my just oh hold on. Hello, Maze. I see you there, your mother. But I also want to say thank you guys also for helping this channel reach over 3,400 subs because that I wasn't expecting either. Everything just kind of happened at once, in which it's very shocking. Honestly, it's very shocking. Like I said, I wasn't expecting all this, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just to know that I can still do whatnot. Also, we're this channel here is about to hit a million views altogether. I think we need five about 5,000 more views till we hit that mark. Even though my channel like graphs is saying otherwise. It's like, oh yeah, you already have a million views. I'm like, well, my actual channel says otherwise. But we got a question already. All right. The return of the old models is really awesome and really interesting. Like, why are they in the tunnel? How do they get there in the first place? I basically I'm not sure. That's unfortunately that is not really a I'm not saying this is a question, but I don't think this is a question directed toward me, only because I saw a video from Edward GYT Revived, and it was about these old models, and I was like, holy crap, where did you find these? And so I went on this discovery and I went out to find them, and then I found them, and I was thinking, what if I made a story out of this? Because I got inspired from Edward GYT Revived. And so when Edward GYT Revived released his take on it, I wrote a whole story and filmed it in the same day, and it was amazing. It kind of showed that. I'm trying to think here. It kind of showed how my filming has gone a little better than it was. I really, really loved making this video. I really, really did. I just this is it hit. Like, I woke up, I was literally at work and I was telling my buddies about, like, yeah, I make YouTube and somewhat, because they were curious because somebody brought it up, and I'm like, does anyone do like YouTube and such? And I was like, oh yeah, I do. And then he's like, dude, you got like I forgot how many views it was, but it was so many in like literally the next day he was like, yeah, your video got like 2,000 views. I'm like, 2,000? That doesn't sound right. It's like, that doesn't sound right. I grabbed his phone. Literally, I grabbed his phone and I looked at it and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. In which that just showed like I can do this still. In the past first day, we hit over 3,000 views in a day. That's shocking. Hello, Leo Cookie Stealer. Just thought I'd say, James, what's up, dude? Yeah, I know it's been a hot minute, but here I'll uh, I'll show you the I'll show the let me make sure I got it down. Make sure I kind of know what I'm presenting. So, looking at this here, this was a big shocker right here. This whole thing, and then you got like literally, if you put it right here, in one day, we had 3,285 views. And that was the biggest shocker for me. Like, and we're still counting down the views as and counting. We still got a ton of views, in which, thanks to the browse features, that's amazing. But if you look at the spike, the scene where
He shuddered.
kind of just doing all that stuff. I mean, I really don't talk as much, but this right here was a great thing, and I'm very happy to know that playlist featuring this video. I didn't know that. I didn't know that actually. But let me stop screen. There we go. Oh, let's get more comments. Yo, what's up, dude? Dude, it's been a hot minute. I've been okay. I've just been busy with work outside of YouTube. And, I just kind of just saying a few things, and just kind of going through some updates with this channel, and hopefully I'll be able to rebrand it at some point. Thank you very much. Was not expecting it to be a hit, but it was, and I'm happy that it became a hit, because, I mean, I don't know how to say this, but like, it was such a big deal to me, because I haven't. This is like, to me, this is like a big deal. Like, it's amazing. We everything on my channel is skyrocketing, and that's all I ever wanted. I want my channel to just go out and boom, 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 boom. Here it comes, and it's just, it won't stop booming, and it's the best thing ever. It's amazing. But not really despite, but with all this, it's like, it's amazing how, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I mean, there's so much to say, and I can't really come up with the words. Hello, Jesse. Hello. Yeah, no, I'm glad it's going well. How have you been, dude? I want to know how you've been. But when making this video, I didn't really have a lot of voices to go off of, so I ended up doing my own, because, well, as of recently, if you look at my past productions that I've done on YouTube, most of the time I'm just directing. I'm just directing, not voicing or anything. And that's been a few productions that I've had, like James Gets a Forklift, Feeling Blue and Green, which was actually a silent film, which that video was so much fun to work on. It's not even a joke. The Abandoned Harbor, same thing with The Storm of 1978. I never voiced in my productions as much, in which that's very disappointing. I mean, I really wish I had more confidence in my voice, but I don't. But I got to talk with my buddies, and they were thinking, you got a good voice. You got to voice more in your productions. And I'm like, well, I want everybody else to have a chance. My voice sucks. Oh, we got another one. I've been all right, kind of tired, but I'm working on another video. That's good. Yeah, you've been I see you've been busy with your videos as of recently. I've seen it. It's like you've been really busy with your videos, and I've seen them, and it's amazing. I just want to say this right now. Shout out to D10 Studios 235. He's a great friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in a hot minute, but check out his videos. I mean, they're really enjoyable to watch. They're amazing, and I highly recommend it. But kind of going back to the video that was going on that kind of spiked it up. Um, it's just I like going kind of going back to with my voice. I don't know why I don't have a lot of confidence, and I want everybody to have a chance to voice in a production, like all my friends, and who knows, maybe even a couple of guest stars that I've acquired and have made friends with at the same time. But maybe at some point, when when I do whatever and kind of do another adaptation, maybe I'll voice again. But that's a bit of a ways from there. Couple things I would like to address. The first thing is, as of recently, I have created a Google Drive of some stuff, and very soon, I will be releasing public copies of my original stories that have been adapted. Very, very excited to release that. Um, I honestly am very excited to do this. Most likely, I will have to use a different email because my current email has my real name, and I do not want that out. So currently, probably very soon, I'll have a business email to where I can release these stories, to which I'm very excited to release. Only because, a lot of people were curious about adapting some of the stories that I've made. And the fun thing is of writing. I got into this like 2 years ago, and some of the work that I've done is amazing. And writing it on its own is so much fun. It's so much fun. It's not even a joke. Like, I love to write stuff, and I want to be a good writer. There are so many writers out there that I've been inspired by. Scarlowy123, well, they're both the same dude. Richard Jordan, Scarlowy123, they're both the same person, I think, as if I can remember. The Barry Truck is another inspiration of mine. There's just so many people I can't even describe that has inspired my writing ability. It's kind of funny. I have so much more stories that I've written but have not been released yet. Only because, well, I'm very lazy on my I'm very lazy on my adaptations. Unfortunately, which I really need to get back into it. There is one story that has been in the works for over a year now and has kind of been left in the dust, but I really, really want to release this so bad. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to release this, because it's been one of my biggest projects for a long time. I won't go into detail. I do not want to go into detail because I want everybody to be shocked. I wanted everyone to be surprised on what I can create. Unfortunately, I don't feel like refilming because this footage is about it's about like a year old now. Every single bit of the footage is a year old, but I feel like I want to refilm, but at the same time I don't want to refilm because I put a lot of work into it, and this is a project that I would really, really want to release. I am trying to see some ideas. I do at the same time I really want to like share it and release it, but at some point though, I'm gonna release this at some point. My hope is to release that story, that adaptation that I'm making, probably just after Christmas or sometime, probably sometime after Christmas. I mean, I really want this out, and I think it'd be really fun to show that I can do stories like this. I mean, oh boy, here we go. Live streaming while I'm at work. I see. I didn't know you were at work. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd hop on for a second and kind of say a few things down. But yeah, I relate to that. Writing for scripts or videos for writing source for my own story, though. I kind of suck at that. And that's okay. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, I mean, it takes so much time to write a story. And because you gotta have a plot, you gotta have ideas, you gotta have some things to go along with it. But here's the thing, if you just if people would like I don't know, I don't want to sound mean here, but if people like took their time, like because that's what I do, you just take your time, you got a good story going. Most of my stories that I have are either A, finished and adapted, they are written, have yet to be adapted, written but not even close to being adapted, or they're in the process of being written, in which hopefully at some point I will, like I said, at some point when I make a business email, I will be making an official Google Doc or Google Drive where I will store all of my adapted stories to where everybody can have the opportunity to adapt one of my stories because I want people to be inspired by this. I want people to be inspired. Speaking of inspired, there is someone, I don't remember their name, but I think his what now let me find him because he commented on that video. His name is the J72 Film Studio. He put up a video. He made a thumbnail and he wrote a story called What Lays Within the Tunnel. Now, I am super stoked about this. I'm very stoked because he I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but this person got inspired by me. And I looked at this and I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually interested. I'm actually interested in this. I mean, literally, I never in my life would have expected something like this. I never would have expected something like this to just come out of the blue and say, oh, this is inspired by this person or something like that. And I'm thinking, I never in my life would have thought that I would inspire someone or inspire people. I never would have thought I'd ever do that in my life. I never would have thought to inspire people to become story writers. I mean, I thought, you just write stuff and that's that, you write it and that's that. But seeing someone seeing someone inspired and they call you by name saying this film was inspired by this person and it's amazing. I mean, like I said, I never thought I would be able to uh inspire people. I mean, maybe I have back in the past when I made Alfred's Revenge, which is still canceled, unfortunately. But it is shocking, honestly. Um, I cannot wait for that film. It's coming out about 6:30, so about 12 hours from now. I'm stoked. And there is one thing I do want to show as well. When filming Return of the Old Models, there was something that I never released. It's kind of funny kind of going back to it. Um, at one point, at one point, the Return of the Old Models was going to have a deleted scene, um, in which I'll show in the recording. So what I did, I'll mute the audio because we don't need this audio. What ended up kind of going on with this, because this is the footage that I used to record. And yes, it obviously was a pain, but yet it still looked amazing. And you can even see how it was made, which is my favorite part of making this video. So right now what you're seeing is right now what you're seeing is how I did it all and kind of filmed it behind the scenes. So kind of right now what you see is the behind the scenes stuff, which is amazing. I took many shots and so many different things. So right about here, there was going to be a deleted scene and deleted ending. What happened was, for some reason, I don't know why this came into play, but there was actually a deleted scene as to where Thomas sees the tunnel, right? So Thomas sees the tunnel, and then instead of going through it like the original ending, for some reason I thought that Thomas got stuck in the realm, like in this universe that he's in, like he's stuck in it and there's no way out. He's trapped in there for good. It was just it was something very weird and very dark. I am kind of disappointed that I never released I don't know if you call it not sure if you would call it a director's cut or a deleted scene so much. So right here, Thomas is screaming like, "No!" And then originally the ending, I was going to get another shot of the old Thomas, kind of going after him and actually buffering up to him, and that was going to be the ending. That was it. What's funny is, I had something a little darker in mind when doing this. What's funny is I actually had the dumb idea of where, because I thought of this in my car. I thought of it in my car while I was driving home one day, and I thought, what would the models do with him anyway? Like, why would they just kidnap him? And I thought of an extra ending. My thought process was, I believe, was like, oh, the old models found a way to kidnap, and the other Toby and Percy, and I was like, that does not sound good. I mean, in my eyes, in my vision, I was a little worried, but I'm not saying that the fan film that I'm stoked for has the same, doesn't have the same plot that I had original. That it wasn't really an original plot. I thought on top of the old thing, but if it is, I'm actually going to be excited. I mean, because I thought maybe the kidnapping to me kind of sounded weird and way too dark, but people in the Thomas fandom can get very dark, and sometimes people do it really well. Sometimes people do it not so good, but most of the time people do it very well. And I hope, I really don't, I really want what lays within the tunnel to succeed. I really want this to be a good film, and I'm excited. I really am excited for it. But but yeah, no, what you saw just a bit ago is what could have been a deleted scene from the thing. But I am kind of glad that I did not go through with the original ending, only because to me it would have been too dark because I'm not a fan of going too dark in films. I mean, I like to have films with a bigger meaning. I think that's what it is for me. I like things to have a bigger meaning, not a super dark film. I mean, The Abandoned Harbor, for example, it wasn't really, I think I wanted to go more horror. Not really too much horror, but like a somewhat horror, which honestly it could have been performed way better, but I didn't. Hopefully next time I ever do like a Halloween special, I'll be more I'll have it more darker because I think that's what it is. I'm not a good dark writer. I'm more of a meanings person when it comes to writing stuff. Last thing, wait, much like the style of the kind of never thought of that actually. Maybe a little bit of that in there. But kind of more like, but like maybe in like next Halloween I'll do something more special. Kind of going back to the channel, I do have plans finally to rebrand this channel. I will not say what it is yet. I kind of want you guys to be surprised. I don't know because I don't know how to represent myself as a creator, but I want this rebrand to be good and I want this to be all right. Like something that represents me, Fruit Punch Man 15. And it shows like how does he do this? What does he do? What does he like to do? What does he write? What content does he make? Kind of like that. And it's kind of like it's just like a whole thing that I want to kind of get over. Um I will be so kind of going back, speaking of the channel, I have decided to take a minute and step back from YouTube for maybe like a month or so. But I kind of want to release a Christmas special, but not sure if that's going to happen. But I'll try. I will try. Worst case scenario is I just remake a Christmas special. That's it. But we'll see. We will see. Nothing nothing yet. But all I know is at some point there will be a channel rebrand. And I have an idea, but I kind of want to ask my friends to kind of see what they say about it, just so that way they agree with me, and that way I can kind of go along there and just plan it out. Excuse me. I am sorry. I just had to go. I had to yawn. But either way, like I said, a couple things kind of going back to what I said. Um, Thank you all so much for the insane amount of positivity for Return to the Old Models. It was so much fun to make, and I'm very thankful that everyone enjoyed it. I mean, now with that in mind, I might keep using my voice for when I make a new production of a story. Also, I will be releasing at some point a Google Drive with all the stories that have been adapted. Hopefully, I can get that out there as hopefully at some point next month. But just before we continue to the next point, um, these stories are completely free to use. All I ask is if to credit me for writing the story, and it's I will and always ask. There's a story or two that me and Nick, Vickerstown Productions, who we wrote this story together, and that way I'm credited and then he's credited. And that way, it we kind of go from there. And what I'll do is to kind of play it safe. What I'll also do is not only will you get the story, you will also get the video of the you'll also get the video of the said production that I did in case you ever have trouble finding some motivation. I hope it helps. I mean, not sure if it will, but so, and if you want to know the stories that are now free to adapt once I do release it, Put to Good Use will be it's not my favorite, honestly. That is not my favorite story. Jeez, what was I doing? That story was just kind of a rewrite of a different story, and I kind of found it a pain. And I did not like writing that, honestly. It wasn't my best. It wasn't my best work, even though I got the Germanist Sodor to narrate it, which he did an amazing job. Maybe I'm a little too hard on myself. But James and the Red Nosed Christmas is up for grabs. Not one of my best work, but in my opinion, but it's not terrible, but it could have been well written. The Abandoned Harbor is now free to use once the public version comes out. I will most likely make a video on it and say, "Hey, I made a new drive. You original stories are now free to adapt as long as you credit us." The Abandoned Harbor will be up for grabs. The Return to the Old Models is now going to be publicly available. And most excited one that I am happy to release that is for public use is The Storm of 1978, which happens to be one of my best work. And what's funny is the public copy of The Storm of 1978 has a intro before that was cut from the original product. So technically, the Storm of 1978, the public copy, is technically the director's cut, in which it was so much fun to write. It was amazing. I loved it. I don't know why I love story writing so much. It's amazing. And I'm glad I'm kind of changing up my content a bit and going into story writing. Each time. It's amazing. But I will be taking a small break from YouTube for a little bit. Mainly just because I want to get my channel rebrand done. I want to get my first story that it has been through a ton of work. And I also want to focus more on The Gangster Zone, which is my teen channel that I've done with all my buddies. Now, if you don't know what The Gangster Zone is, The Gangster Zone is a channel. Well, originally it was a group chat that me and my buddies made. And as of 2022 or 2021, or I think it was 2022, we got our start, but 2021 was when the group chat was made. We decided to make a whole channel of all our buddies doing all this. And as of recently, we have added some new members to this. We have added Branded, and I can never say his name right, but that I can't say his name for some reason, and it's making me frustrated. I don't know why I cannot say his name right. I don't want to botch it, But no, The Gangster Zone is a teen channel with all my buddies, and we're all going to just make stuff that we like, And currently, as of recently, we are making a new production and new skit, in which obviously our two skits performed very well. Oh, not this one, but the first skit we ever made really succeeded. our expectations. And then we have with the new engine, which it was all Brandon and Maze's idea. And that was amazing, honestly. It was fun to work on it with them. And oh, hello. Hello. What's up? I just see you. I see you. Hello. I'm gonna stop sharing that. But yeah, check out the Gangster Zone. It's the team channel with all my friends. And if you want to see more of me, since I won't be on this channel very much, check out the Gangster Zone. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me with all my buddies. And we're just having a good time and making videos that everyone will like. The Gangster Zone is actually currently going through a rebrand right now. We are discussing the matter, and I'm excited to share this with all my buddies. And my buddies are excited for this. We have an official logo, but I won't be releasing that until the new trailer comes out, which I decided to make the trailer, which I need to redo that at some point. But other than that, we are excited to release our new trailer for the Gangster Zone and kind of hopefully get the Gangster Zone back on its feet and kind of keep it going with that. I am excited for these new changes for my channel and the Gangster Zone, in which kind of going back to Stuart, that video of the whole thing, that video blew up as well. It was shocking. We had like 6,142 views in a day. It was amazing. It was the best thing ever. But yeah, no, check out the Gangster Zone, and that's where you'll find more of me, Vickerstown Productions, TDT Zombie 2007, Trackmania Matt, your boy Maze, Branded, and all my other buddies, in which we are so excited to release our new stuff. And I cannot tell you how excited I am for everything. But yeah, I believe that is everything that I kind of wanted to say. I mean, it's not very much that I get to do live streams, but I'm glad that people are listening and enjoy Return to the Old Models, in which thank you guys so much. It is now, as of right now, as I'm talking, we have just surpassed 8,700 views. So thank you guys very much for making this happen. But I have not eaten dinner yet, so I am going to end this stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for just sticking around and just doing whatnot. I mean, I kind of don't have a lot to say, pretty much, but yeah, thank you guys very much for everything that's happened so far. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, since it is Friday, and I hope to talk to you guys very soon. All right, I'm gonna head up and make some dinner. Have a good night, everyone.